What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this, man. So New York got this law that was put in effect last year. It's called I forgot the act of it, man. But it's for people who've been sexually assaulted or raped in the second degree and in third degree. The second degree rape and third degree rape. So this law basically was put in effect to actually go against Donald Trump, in case y'all want to know, because they trying to do everything in their power to not let Donald Trump win the election. So looking into this man's background, they seen some of the so-called allegations that was on him, that mayor went over the statute of limitations and instituted this law by which they ended up actually indicting him on some of these charges based upon this law. So in this law that they put in effect last year, that is over this Friday, anybody who got a second degree, a third degree incident dealing with rape or something like that, you got 1 year to file your complaint and accuse the person who did these things to you. So the law basically says, if your case go back to the point where it has passed the statute of limitations, they giving you a year to actually file. After this year, your case will be closed out. Let me just show you how effective they've been on this. When they made that announcement and said that, it's been over 2,500 cases. 2,500. The biggest we know so far is the Donald Trump and Puffy that made the biggest headlines. We just seen as of recently, Puffy ex-girlfriend Cassie, Puffy artist and ex-girlfriend, filed a 35-page complaint against him in graphic details of what he did to her allegedly. In less than 24 hours to stop the damage control, he ends up settling out of court for countless of millions. This right here raised a lot of awareness to people. Some people didn't even know about this law till that case came out and the detail talked about it. So I'm like, oh, it's going to be a lot of people finna come out and get this money. And come to find out, while we talking, a new victim just came out on Puffy. And also a victim just came out on Jamie Foxx. Now, unlike Puffy's situation, Jamie Foxx's situation is a little different. I believe Puffy's situation as far as like everything that girl said about Puffy. I just don't believe what's being said about Jamie Foxx. And not because, here's the thing. When these things come out on these people, try to set aside how you feel about them as athletes and artists and things like that. Go by what the transcripts is saying and tie it into what they saying. Even though that's the same thing, the transcripts is what's factually recorded about what they saying and did. Well, anyway, Jamie Foxx's situation is crazy. So the lady, her name is secretly put aside, so they call her Jane Doe in the paperwork. So they said that there was a rooftop party event going on in New York. Jamie Foxx was attending, and some women wanted to take pictures with him. So he taking pictures with the one with one of the women, and he say to the woman, "Oh, you beautiful, you look good, and you smell good. You remind me of Nikki, The woman says, who is Nicki? Then sarcastically, he said Gabrielle Union. And though, girl, everybody know who Nicki Minaj is. Like, where you been? Anyway, according to the records, he then takes her off to a secluded area where nobody really was at and began to feel upon her breast. One of his security guards oversee him doing this and then stepped away, believing basically like, oh, she finna give it up to him type stuff. When he leaves, the woman says, now peep this the thing got me. The whole thing get me, first of all, because this is a grown woman. This is not a child. The woman says, when the guy leave, who was a worker of Jamie Foxx. Now keep in mind, they're on a roof floor event. He take her off to the side somewhere. He feeling on her breast. Then he go down in her pants. And check this, y'all. He began to finger her in her vagina and in her booty hole. While he's doing this is what the paperwork is saying. While he's doing this, then her friend come looking for her to find her. And when he saw her, he stopped. Okay. What if your friend didn't show up? Allegedly, so-called. What if your friend didn't show up? Would you let him keep going? How you just meet somebody the first day, y'all at this party on a rooftop, but he's fingering you in your vagina and in your anus. You ain't screaming out. You ain't telling them stop. You ain't move. How he get to finger you in your anus and vagina at a party with all these people here? You don't cry out. You don't say what he did. Something wrong with that picture, man. That's what I mean by like, I don't buy that story. Something wrong with that. That don't even sound right. Then she tried to say in the paperwork that he was intoxicated. Okay, but you wasn't. So you really had an advantage over him because he should be slumbered. But I still don't get the point. You in a hotel, you at a hotel, all these people here. If he did that to you and victimized you like that against your will, why didn't you open your mouth and say something? If you really didn't want him doing that to you, how do he get into your booty hole? See, stuff like that, man. I don't get. And it's sad to say, like, people play with this stuff when rape is real. There's a lot of women who actually won't come forward that actually been raped as a result of not wanting to be embarrassed or not to be taken serious. It's things like this that I despise. I don't buy Jamie Foxx story at all. I don't buy the woman in that story, man. I refuse to believe anything. Look, now, I ain't saying he didn't do it, but I don't think he raped you or assaulted you, because from what you explained in the paper, seemed like you wanted that. When he took you to a private place away from everybody at the rooftop party, y'all was still on the rooftop though. When he took you an area where it wasn't so many people at, and he feeling on your titty, why you just didn't check him sternly right out the gate like a real woman would do? Like, hey, don't put your hands on me like that. I didn't give you permission to do that. I didn't tell you to do that, but that's not the case. Then it don't even stop there. He started out doing that right there. You ain't had no problem with it. You ain't push him away, leave, threaten him, holler out, none of that. Then when you do this, you ends up allowing him to slide his hands down your vagina and start fingering you in both your booty hole and your vagina. And you still ain't stopping. You still ain't pulling away. According to the paperwork, he only stopped when your friend showed up looking for you. And you a grown woman. Something wrong with this picture. And I believe if you didn't see Cassie just get that lawsuit from Puffy, you wouldn't have been doing this. You saw an opportunity where you sat back like, well, I did have sex with Jamie Foxx before, type stuff, or he messed with me. I ain't seen him ever since. She got something. Why can't I get something? Hey, hopefully I ain't gonna ask for more as much as she did, but a little something won't hurt. That's all I believe that is on that part right there. I really do. That's shifty and grimy as ever. But it's life, and this is what people doing with no shame, man. None at all. On by Jamie Foxx situation, man. And that's not right to put rape on people who didn't do that type of stuff, man. That's a very tragic thing to put on somebody, man, when it's not real and true. When so many people actually is innocent and some people not. That ain't good at all, man. That's terrible. And people who do that should be prosecuted too when it's found out that they was lying, because that's considered as perjury. And they wasted the taxpayers' money. They wasted y'all time. And people need to be really, really, really arrested behind that thing when they're using that wrongfully. But no, I don't buy the Jamie Foxx situation. And I know Hollywood is weird, and I know them brothers do a lot of crazy things, but some things just ain't lining up, and that don't line up. It's some more stuff missing about that. It really is. With that being said, it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment. That's a question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth.